Hey guys, it's me again. Now this is my next video, which is about tortoises being outdoors. And this is my red-footed tortoise, Bilbo. Bilbo's 2 years old. His species average is around 70-75 years, so I've got him for a long time, put it that way. Now, like with any reptile, if you can get your tortoise outside during suitable weather, it's brilliant for them. I mean, unfiltered, natural UV from the sun, no bulb can compare to it. Even the strongest UV bulbs out there, Komodo, Arcadia, Reptisun, things like that. Brilliant bulbs, but unfiltered natural sunlight is amazing for them. And tortoises just do so well outside if you can let them outside. So where I live in Blackpool at the moment, it's about 27 degrees. So not as hot as where Bilbo would be from naturally, which is the rainforests of South America, where he's going to be looking at 35-40 degrees constantly. But it is very humid today, which is perfect for a tropical species like Bilbo. The humidity reading's reading about 67-70%. So with all that natural UV and the humidity in the air, it's absolutely perfect for him. Now I've got Bilbo on inside a run on a grass lawn area of my garden. It's been modified so he's got a little hide there to escape into the shade, because again, being from the rainforests of South America, in Brazil, places like that, although he gets subjected to high levels of UV, he does get plenty of shade in the wild naturally as well. So to replicate how his species would live, he needs plenty of spaces to get away from the sun when he wants to. So he's got his hide there, he's got his shrub that he can get underneath there, and there's a couple of spider plants in there, I don't know if you can see them, that he has decided to, in typical tortoise fashion, chew his way down and bulldoze through. I am in the process of getting him some new plants to plant in his outdoor run to go along with his shrub, and to replicate what his indoor enclosure is like, which is full of plants like carex grass, petunias, spider plants, things like that. Loads of bromeliads, there's loads of plants that are suitable for keeping with a South American tortoise. Not only does it help humidity, but it helps to replicate his natural environment, because you want to make the best environment and enclosure for your reptiles, put it that way, like with any animal. Now you do need to put your tortoise in something safe. So Bilbo's in a run that you would get for a guinea pig or a rabbit. The thing is, people forget that, especially for small tortoises like this and for reptiles, I also put my bearded dragon outside sometimes in this run. The biggest danger to them, not so much as cats and foxes, because obviously a cat can't dig underneath and it would take a very, very determined fox to dig underneath this run. The biggest danger to a tortoise like this is birds. So it doesn't even have to be a bird of prey, such as a sparrowhawk or an eagle or an owl, something like that. The biggest danger to Bilbo is seagulls, because people forget seagulls are predatory birds. In the wild, naturally, before they started becoming acclimatised to humans, feeding them all sorts of rubbish, gulls actually eat fish. And so the stories all over the internet and on the news of tortoises and other people's reptiles and guinea pigs and things like that being taken by gulls, so they need to be kept safe inside a run like this. Now Bilbo's on grass. Bilbo, in the wild, his species, redfoots, yellowfoots, things like that, tropical species, don't actually eat much grass. Most of their diet is made up by fermenting fruit, berries, a tiny bit of carrion and protein, so they'll grab the odd insect when they can, and wildflowers and weeds and things like that, which is why, as you can see here, he's munching on dandelions and the odd bit of thistle that I put in there for him. So he doesn't actually eat that much grass. It's still good for him because it's full of fibre, which will help to keep his digestive system going, but you don't want to give him anything too nutritious, because just like with too much water, not the right, incorrect heating, UV, things like that, it can cause pyramiding. So although Bilbo can take more fruit and have protein, I'll limit how much he gets, because I know when he's out here he's eating snails and worms and all sorts, so I only give him a worm or a cricket occasionally inside once a week. But if you have a Mediterranean tortoise, such as a spur-fied or a Horsefield or a Herman's, things like that, or maybe an African tortoise like a leopard tortoise, or your bigger ones such as your sulcatas, now a grassy run is perfect for them, because most of their diet in the wild is grasses, dried grasses, wildflower, things like that. But again, even for your tropical tortoises, it's perfect for them. And it's so good for them, guys, honestly. A big thing that, a common misconception with tortoises, especially when kept indoors, is that they should be kept in vivariums. Bilbo isn't even kept in a vivarium, and he's a tropical tortoise. He's kept in a chameleon-style terrarium, so most of it's perspex with a mesh top. So it's got a mesh top just like a chameleon vivarium. Now the reason for this is tortoises suffer with respiratory issues and they need a lot of airflow. So when they're kept in vivariums, it's absolutely awful for them. Not enough airflow, they get respiratory issues. It can be very dangerous for tortoises because tortoises are quite susceptible to pneumonia, and you do not want them getting pneumonia because it's very, very hard to treat. If you do have a spurfied or a Mediterranean African tortoise, anything like that, you want to keep them in a tortoise table because that is brilliant for them. And if you do have a tropical species like me, an Indian star or a redfoot or a yellowfoot, things like that, you want to keep them in something with plenty of airflow but can keep the humidity in. So I would recommend the indoor enclosure that I have for Bilbo, which I will show in my next video. But yeah, honestly guys, get your tortoises outside, it's somewhere nice and safe. Try and plant it up like I've been doing. I will expand it as it gets bigger. Keep them nice and safe from birds, whether it's an owl, a sparrowhawk, a gull, doesn't matter what it is, and just make sure that they're nice and secure. And your tortoise will absolutely love being outdoors, getting all that natural UV, providing the D3 that they need, preventing metabolic bone diseases and keeping that shell nice and healthy and just keeping your tortoise in tip-top condition. That's it until next video guys, thank you.